y'all, it's Nicole and I'm back with another video for a Comfy Crafter. And today I am going to be doing a set of green and gold wine glasses. And I am using these Bohemia wine glasses that I bought from Home Goods. They were about $24.99 for a set of 6. And I am using this TSSART resin tape to make a mold of the base of the wine glasses. So there we go. And so I'm going to show you how I tape that around on this guy here. And I've already cleaned the bottom of the bases of these wine glasses with some alcohol, just to get any dust off of it, any residue. And so I'm going to take my resin tape, and this is the kind of stuff that you use for making resin jewelry and such, and I got it off of Amazon. So I'm going to take that and just going to anchor it there, and then I just bring it around, circle the glass, and connect. And I just snip it, and then I just press it down on the edge, make sure there's a nice seal, and then I'm going to wrap that bottom over, and I'm kind of taking it with my thumb from the edge of the base and bringing it down over it to make that seal all the way around. So I don't want any drips. Now, the problem that I found with doing this is that it does not end up being perfectly round, as you can see, but it still ends up looking pretty nice. And if you're really you know, wanting it to be perfectly round, then you can always go and sand that down on the edges if you wish. Okay, so that is done. I have already mixed my resin. I'll show you what I'm going to be using today. Today I am trying out a new resin. It is TEEXPERT. It's crystal clear. I've used this brand before, just not this particular one. And it comes in bulk sizes, so that's kind of nice. I am using this Saso green mica powder. On Amazon, I believe that this is called forest green, but on the label here it just says green. So, but it's a really nice deep green shade that just comes out beautifully. And then for the center, I am using my KINNO Gold Leaf Flakes. And I've already got those separated. You have to make sure that you separate all the little leaves into the individual sheets, otherwise you're going to get some clumping when you add your resin to it and mix that up. And then to go over the edges, the outsides, if I want to. I haven't quite decided. Sometimes it's kind of nice to have the color on the outside. I have this gold paint pen, DECOCOLOR Premium paint pen. So we will see. Kind of depends on how it looks once it's all set. Okay, so I'm just going to get my respirator on and get everything set up, and I will start mixing all of the powders. All right.
So here I'm starting with the gold leaf in the center. I did have to work through a lot of problems during the course of this project. The first being that the wine glasses I chose did have a dip in the center, and so everything just kept kind of flowing inwards, and it was really difficult to work with. So next time I think I'll look for flat bases, which I did do in my first black and white wine glass project. Or I will fill the dip with some gold leaf first and let that harden and then go on with the center stripe afterwards. Also, after this first glass, I did decide to pour the green on both sides at the same time in order to maintain the center gold instead of pushing it from side to side, which you can see here. And I did have to add more gold leaf to the center after each green pour, since it just kept seeming to swallow it up. And then I used my lighter to pop as many bubbles as I could over the top before letting it harden. So after letting it cure, I'm just going to peel off the tape, and you can use an alcohol wipe to wipe up any of the residue. I did end up having some issues with some sharp edges and poor seals, and so had some drips that went over onto the top of the base. And so, lesson learned, next time I will do liquid latex on the top of the base first so that I can avoid having to deal with all that in the future. And to get those drips off, I just laid down some soaked paper towels that had alcohol on it for about 15 minutes, and then I was able to pick it off. So at this stage, I did decide to put the liquid latex on the top to protect my wine glass from any scratches from sanding. And like I said earlier, I would definitely do this as a first step in the future to protect the glasses. And so I just poured some into a little cup so that I'd have more control and used a popsicle stick just to pull the latex to the edges. And I found that as it dried, the latex did pull from the edges of the glass, and so I would just go back around and with my popsicle stick just add a little bit more to that edge so that it was all protected. So here is the dried liquid latex after about 4 hours. It's just a nice film over the top to help protect my glass from any scratching during sanding. And I am using some water on my sanding paper, and this is 1500 grit just to sand off those edges and make it real nice and smooth. I'm placing my glass at an angle because I don't want to scratch the face of my design. And I'm really just trying to get those sharp edges around the edge of the base. So instead of polishing the edges to a shine, I decided to just go over it with gold paint pen. And I think the thin border around the edge is actually really pretty. So I am surprisingly pleased with how these turned out after all of that. And so here is just how easy it is to remove the liquid latex. And it just comes off in one piece and you can just snip it off. My glasses are perfectly clean, no scratches. So definitely something that I'm going to do first in the future and hopefully not have to deal with all these other issues that cropped up throughout the course of this project. Please subscribe to my channel and you can see what other madness I can come up with. Thanks for sticking around. See you next time.